last year we're pushing for Supergirl to be moved on to this network.
Mm-hmm.
And then they did.
Yes.
And then we're thinking like, oh wow, it'd just be awesome for them to do like a crossover between everyone. But it would be hard because she's from another Earth.
They still made it happen.
It made it happen, and then it gave her a chance to come back.
Yeah.
And that's just amazing because now she's connected. She has, a place there. And now all we need is freaking Johns and Superman to show up.
Mm-hmm.
And I also really want my Smallville. I love it when you want to step. I love it when you want to step. Oh,
don't sing that song.
That's Pussycat Dolls. Hey guys, what's going on? It's DJ here with my brother Jeremy.
What's good?
In the spirit of bears.
Our devils.
Bringing another weekly recap of the final DCTV Part 4 of the Invasion crossover on Legends of Tomorrow. Roll the clip!
Nate brings Oliver, Diggle, Sarah, and Ray back to the Hall of Justice after dropping Thea at Star City. They then regroup with the rest of the team. Nate shows the Super Friends footage of the Dominators in Redmond, Oregon, 1951, and proposes that they abduct one from there. Oliver pulls Kara aside because he wants to limit her involvement as he doesn't know enough about her. Stein, Caitlin, and his daughter work together to create a nanoweapon to combat the Dominators. He becomes frustrated when he does not know any of the memories she's talking about. Stein talks to Caitlin and reveals that he's going to fix whatever his younger self did, which would erase his daughter. The team arrive in Redmond, where Nate, Mick, and Amaya go to find a Dominator, while Cisco stays with Felicity on a Wave Rider. Felicity realizes that Cisco wanted to leave 2016 because he wanted to get away from Barry. The three Legends are able to incapacitate a Dominator, but as they're about to bring it back to the Wave Rider, they're captured by men in black suits led by Agent Smith. Cisco and Felicity rush to save the three when they figure out they're taken. The three Legends are locked up with the Dominator, but Nate thinks it is a perfect opportunity to interrogate it. It tells him that they're trying to rid the Earth of metas. Cisco and Felicity save them, and they decide to free the Dominator as well. They stop it from being tortured by Agent Smith and send it back on the Dominator ship they had on the Wave Rider. They then head back to 2016. The Dominator contacts them and tells them that although he is thankful they saved him, they're still going to destroy the metas. Barry, Oliver, Ray, and Sarah are confronted by the head of the DOD, who is an Agent Smith. He tells them that the Dominators see the metas as a threat. The man tells them that Barry was the reason the Dominators returned after he broke the truce between the humans and them. He tells them that the Dominators will leave if they hand over Barry to them. Cisco and Nate vibe to talk to the Dominator they saved. They try to convince it that the metas are actually trying to save the world. It then tells them that they're going to kill the meta still, unless they turn Barry over. Cisco finally understands that Barry is going through when he realizes that he had changed the timeline when they saved the Dominator. Barry tells them all that he's going to turn himself into the Dominators, but all his friends refuse to let him go through with it. They tell him that they will fight beside him no matter what. Sarah and Jax appear and tell them that the Dominator mothership is in Central City and has begun to open up. They realize that the Dominators tried to draw attention away from the metabomb. Cisco and Sarah chase after the bomb and try to disable it. The rest of the Super Friends fight the Dominators on the rooftop of Central City. Barry and Kara plant the nanoweapon Stein created in each of the Dominators, and Felicity activates them. With great effort, Firestorm transmutates the metabomb and all of the Dominators retreat. At the Hall of Justice, the Super Friends are honored by the stand-in president, and they celebrate after. Oliver apologizes to Kara, and he shares a group hug with her and Barry. Cisco gives Kara a device which can open breaches so that she can visit the world anytime. Stein talks to Jax about his daughter and has him promise not to say anything. Agent Smith appears and tries to cover up what they had done, but changes his tune when Kara talks to him. Kara then says goodbye to everyone and leaves to go back to her world. After, the Legends leave to go about their time-traveling adventures. Barry apologizes to Diggle once again for erasing Sarah, and the latter forgives him. Finally, Barry and Oliver share a drink and talk about how much their lives have changed after becoming superheroes. All aboard the hype train on the fourth and final part of the DCTV crossover between Supergirl, The Flash, Arrow, and Legends. How did you guys like the way they rounded up the Dominator invasion storyline? What is in store for our heroes next, now that Kara can travel between worlds? How excited are you? What will be the next crossover adventure? What will happen if Stein doesn't tell the team about his daughter? Where's Clarissa? What will Mick do now that Snart is part of the Legion of Doom along with Malcolm, Damian, and Eobard? Will the team run into Rip Hunter again soon? Find out on the next episode of Legends of Tomorrow. Bam, 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 bam.
Alright, so one sentence to describe this one.
See you later, Dominator.
Nice. I say the multiverse has opened. So let's break this into character interactions, which is, I guess we could do like the big interaction and break it down into the groups that they went into. So beginning started off with Nate bringing back the abductees, which were Oliver, Sarah, Diggle,
Ray,
and yeah, Thea went back to Star City. So that was kind of sad. I thought she was going to join them, help them fight or something. I was actually a little upset that we didn't get to see the rest of Team Arrow join, but we did get to see the three from Flash. They're on here, like doing their own little thing, but it was pretty cool. So Nate proposes that in order to get knowledge of what the heck the Dominators are doing there, because for the last 3 nights they've kind of just been there, like waiting and attacking. And so he proposed that they go where?
Redmond, Oregon,
Yes.
1951.
To do what?
Take an alien.
Yes, and interrogate it.
Yeah.
So that they could find out the... I think I just said that, and then I just said it again.
But that's cool that they have a historian that knows stuff like that.
Yeah, he's a really cool character. He's going to be very useful as far as... I mean, I know he knows a lot about the past, but he also probably knows enough about it that he can determine the future.
Yes.
And maybe help them find Rip later on. But getting back to the Invasion crossover, the field team that goes back to 1951 are who?
Let's slip my mind. Amaya, Nate, Mick, Cisco and Felicity.
Yes. Unlikely. I did not think that Felicity or Cisco were going to go, but that was pretty cool that they were able to go on the Wave Rider. It's just seeing all these characters dive into the different... It's the same world, but it's just at the same time, you know what I'm saying? They're different worlds. A different element, basically.
Yeah.
But it's funny because Cisco and Felicity end up staying on the ship while the other three went to find the Dominators because she was getting time ship sick.
Yeah, she threw up and then she was speaking all weird.
Cisco, though, he was fine. I guess it's because he's used to going through breaches.
Yeah, time jumping is normal for him.
Yeah, so it's very similar to interdimensional travel.
Yeah, should be.
I guess. Yes, and while they're on that ship, they have a talk, the two of them, the two geeks of the whole squad, and she realizes that he wanted to get away from 2016 to avoid Barry.
Yeah.
And we're about damn sick of this animosity that he's holding towards his friend because he doesn't know what it feels like to have that sort of weight on the shoulder. Like
up until the end of the episode, yes. But you know,
he finds out
it's still not as extensive as Barry's.
It comes around for his character.
Yeah.
He gets to understand, but we'll get to that. And when the three do find a Dominator after that attack, what happens?
Some men in black show up.
Yes.
And
led by who?
I forgot his name.
Agent Smith. The standard Agent Smith.
Yeah, and they take him.
Yes.
All of them.
They're locked up. But Nate figures that it's like the best time to interrogate this. So they do, and he tells them we hate metas. They're going to be a big problem for us. Basically, the scourge of your planet is going to be the scourge of our planet at some point. And the two show up after, you know, Cisco has his little talk with Felicity, and they rescue them, but they also free the Dominator from being tortured, which I think it's cool. Cisco wanted to do the right thing, and that's where it kind of comes full circle for him in just a little bit. So they save the Dominator. Then they put him on a Dominator ship that Oliver and the crew came back from.
Yes.
And when they're heading back, or they do head back to 2016, they get a message because Cisco had stolen something off of that.
Yeah, it's like a transponder.
Yes. And the alien contacts them. Let's call him Dommy. Or Dom. Let's call him Dom. And Dom says, you know, I want to thank you for saving me, but we're still going to kill you. We're going to kill the metas.
He said, I'm going to spare your lives, but kill everyone else.
Basically. Unless they hand over Barry Allen.
Yes.
And I guess that's where we get back to the other side of the group, where Barry, Sarah...
Ray and Ollie.
Yes, and Ollie, at the very beginning there, when they're breaking apart, he told Kara to basically stay out of the way.
Yeah.
And I felt that was really messed up because she has been such like a big help to them, and he tells her to sit on the sidelines just because he doesn't know enough about her.
Yeah.
But if he trusts Barry, remember in the first part of the crossover, when it started, he didn't want to leave without Barry. He said no one gets left behind.
Yeah.
And then what does he do here when he comes back? He becomes the brooding Oliver Queen again, and he's just like, stay. So it's kind of messed up. But they're confronted by an aged Agent Smith.
Yes.
Who basically tells them, after, you know, a little scuffle happens, he basically says that what the Dominator said, that they want Barry Allen because he is the epitome of... In the comics, Barry Allen is described by almost every alien race or every powerful being as the perfect metahuman. Like, he's the
favorite.
Yeah, he's the center. Like, Barry Allen, he has endless possibilities when it comes to his powers. That's the difference.
Damn.
So it was interesting. And they get back to, you know, they regroup and everything. And, all right, before that, Nate and Cisco, they want to clarify and try to bargain with Dom. So he vibes the both of them onto the ship. And
that's crazy how he could talk to them through that.
Yeah. He demonstrated that ability the first time with Zoom, but it was shaky. Now he's got like total control, and he was able to bring Nate along. And they're trying to convince him like, hey, metahumans are doing good to the world. They're not, you know, hurting it. And he's like, yeah, you say that right now, but you're using your powers to, you know, change time. It was nice of you to save me, but you still messed up the timeline. So when Cisco gets back, he realizes, wow, this is a sucky feeling. Like, no one knows except me and Nate, and it sucks because I just changed the timeline. We're still gonna get killed.
Yeah.
So everybody groups up, and of course Barry, as a hero that he is, the hero that we know, he's like, I'm gonna turn myself in. I'm not. There's no question about it or anything. And that was a pretty epic moment because everybody, even Cisco, stood by him. They're like, no, we're not gonna give you up to the aliens. The only thing that I think that would have made that part even better is if Barry started speeding away and Kara like grabbed him or something.
That would have been awesome.
But you know, probably would have killed their budget. There's already plenty of special effects throughout this whole entire crossover.
Yeah.
And they prepare to fight the Dominators, who are bringing a metabomb, which is going to kill every meta on Earth. And while this is happening, we have Caitlin, Stein, and his daughter, who the only thing that bothered me about her is that we didn't learn her name.
I thought it was Lily. I heard him say Lily.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay, so Lily with a question mark
Lily?
because we're not sure.
Yeah.
Lily helps him and Caitlin develop a nano weapon that can be used against the Dominators. And Caitlin thought that would have been the perfect time for him to bond with her because he doesn't know anything about her. But he tells Caitlin, I'm gonna go back and fix this and make sure I put a helmet on because I don't. He basically called his kid an aberration.
That's kind of messed up.
Yeah,
but kind of true.
But then as he gets to know her, he sees like the similarities. I'm kind of scared though because I like Clarissa, so we don't know what happened to her. Maybe she died or they got divorced or something. But they're able to develop the nano weapons, and he tells Caitlin that, I'm not gonna get rid of my daughter, but I don't want you to say anything about her to anybody. And they all head out to go versus the Dominators, which was an epic sequence. Very cool. You got the rest of the Super Friends dealing with fighting the aliens, and then you have Barry and Kara going throughout the whole entire country or the world, planting the nano weapons on various other Dominators who are scattered.
Hundreds of ships,
carrying
hundreds of Dominators.
Yes, and those two solely put nano weapons in them. That was epic.
Yeah,
and Felicity activates them, and they all go. And then you got Cisco and Sarah up on the time ship or on the Wave Rider.
Yeah.
And they used like a magnetic tractor
to
pull the metabomb or to slow it down.
Yeah.
And Firestorm did the most epic thing. And this bomb is huge. It was bigger than the Wave Rider. It looked
like a damn spirit bomb.
Yes.
Like the size of that.
Basically a metallic one.
Yeah.
And he was on top of it, and Jax was telling Stein that he couldn't do it.
He definitely went up in my books.
Yes.
Of superheroes. Favorite superheroes.
He's OP.
Yeah.
And yeah, Jax felt like he couldn't do it because before, remember when they tried to do it on the first season of Legends?
The missile?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that contained like it had some sort of cosmic energy in it.
Yeah.
He couldn't do it. But this time around, he transmuted
Mutated is the same thing.
Okay.
You're good.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Turned it into damn water.
Yeah.
And they saved the day. And that was just like the whole thing was epic. They go back to the Hall of Justice that we're going to just name the place, and hopefully they actually establish it so that that's where their meeting spot is.
Justice League on TV.
Oh, it's going to be so awesome.
In 2017, I call it.
Yeah.
Calling it.
Yeah.
I'm calling it.
It'd be so epic.
It's going to take that Thursday or Friday spot.
It'd be so awesome. But it was like the scene of Justice League, I think Doom, I believe the film was. I have to look. I have one of the movies, and it's basically when the Justice Leaguers meet for the first time.
Oh,
right. And there's a sequence at the end there after they save the world from Darkseid's invasion. The ending sequence is of the president honoring them, and here we saw all of them, and there's even more heroes here.
Yeah.
So that was pretty epic. And then they all celebrate together. The Super Friends have a party. Everyone says their goodbyes. The Legends go back in the time ship after Sarah and Oliver reminisce that it all started on Arrow. I like that. They're like, did you think that when we got on that ship we would be here 4 years later? And it's like, no, I didn't think so, but we're here. And then
that's so awesome.
Before Kara goes back to her home, Cisco does what? We called it. We sort of called it, but it was a little bit different idea.
Yeah. He's like, Kara, I got something for you. And she's like, what's that? I thought it was a ring, yo.
Yeah.
At first, but it's like a little...
it looked like a pendant to me.
Yeah.
When I first saw it. Pocket breach.
Mm-hmm.
Introducing the pocket breach. It will bring you to any worth you desire. It's priceless. Yeah, so now she can travel from world to world. Yes. I mean, I had the idea of, or I kept like pushing for the idea of them building a teleporter that only she could access from their world, but this is so much more
convenient.
Yes, she could be like, you guys are pissing me off. I'm going to go to Earth 1. It is crazy because from her point of view, she's Earth 1 and they're Earth 38.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to like, that's the thing about the infinite universe. Like, it's just perspective. Because of Trevor Wells, he's like, or HR when he came through, he's like, you said this is Earth 1. That's funny. But yeah, she says goodbye and that, their adventures will continue. Diggle forgives Barry for erasing Sarah. Basically, everybody forgave Barry this episode. It was pretty awesome. And Jax finds out about Stein's, or talks to Stein about his daughter more, and he's like, don't say anything. And Jax is like, but she's an aberration. And he's like, don't say anything. And then the ending shot is of Oliver and Barry basically reminiscing of how their lives changed when they became superheroes.
That was like the best line. When he said, he's like, if the world wasn't threatened, what would we do?
Respect.
Yeah.
Respect to the heroes. Easter eggs.
I'm going to call it the Hall of Justice.
Yes. I mean, we mentioned that like throughout the last couple of it, but that's still a big... We're just going to say
Flash,
it. We're just going to say it.
It was exactly...
Yes.
Exactly like the Hall of Justice. In comics, in animated, everything.
Fun fact was that was actual stock footage of a building that looked like it. The only thing that they CGI'd into it were the Star Labs banner and the waterfront.
Nice, dude. That's crazy.
So hopefully, like, maybe Barry can redo it so that they all have, like, their secret barracks or something.
Yeah. Oh, maybe they could build the teleporters there.
That would be awesome.
You know what I mean? Like, the whole B-O-1.
Yes. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. I think that would be down the line, but this pocket breach will be good for now.
Yeah. Maybe when there's more heroes, like, start coming in from different Earths.
Yeah. Nate referenced the Princess Bride, and Cisco got pissed at him.
Yeah.
Cisco also mentioned Stranger Things when he was talking to Felicity.
Yes.
How does he have time to watch Netflix in a time like this? He called Dom an E.T.
Yes.
You have anything else?
Mick called Nate a star-spangled idiot. Because of the way he's dressed. Yeah, call it Star Spangled Man.
Dude, we're going to see all these heroes, man. The president made a reference to Crisis. She said that was a crisis.
Yes.
But this is not the crisis that we know about of
It's
Infinite
like a
Earths.
smaller version.
Yes, but it was a nice nod.
Yeah.
Earth's mightiest heroes, Kara said, and that's the other side. We don't even want to mention it in this.
Yeah, I was about to say.
But they are part of... she was right that they're all like a solid team together.
Yeah.
The Superman reference that you said.
Yeah. Ray's like, hey, this is kind of funny. She looks kind of like my cousin.
She said that too in the first part of the Flash crossover. She said that to him too. She's like, you kind of look familiar.
Oh, to Ray?
Yeah, she said that to Ray. And that's why he was like, what? And then she was like, she like turned her head a little bit.
Oh, okay.
But it was like subtle, so I had to watch that clip again. And apparently the DEO is going to be setting up shop there on their Earth because Kara talked to the president.
They're going to take over the DOD?
Yeah. Because the DOD are a bunch of dick ordering dicks. I think that's all I got.
Yeah, for Easter eggs, yeah.
Yes. I didn't know if your bears realize this, but I didn't ask you for your favorite parts.
Yeah, you didn't
for the
ask
last
for the whole...
last two because I wanted to ask collectively. But you guys will get Bear's favorite parts on Flash on Wednesday next week when we do that, or Tuesday when we do that podcast, because his spirit is here and his spirit only has a few choice words. So, what were your favorite parts throughout this whole entire team up? Dang. This whole entire crossover.
I got to go back a bit.
Yeah.
I think the first thing that stands out is when Ollie stood up for Barry.
Yes.
After he told him, I messed up, I caused this because of Flashpoint, and Ollie's just like, no, man, I'm going to stick with you. I'm going to be your right-hand man.
See, where was that during this crossover? Where was that? Where was his defense of Kara staying on there?
And speaking of that, I also like when he apologized.
Yes, and they have a super hug.
Yes,
super hug was awesome.
That's the one.
Obviously, all the action sequences were awesome. Having them pitted against each other the first part.
Yeah.
Then Kara and Barry showing up to help Team Arrow with...
That's pretty cool.
Ragman,
Washington.
Mr. Terrific, and...
Against Washington.
Wild Dog, yes. And I wish that they had joined, though, in this last bout.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was the whole entire sequence of them fighting the Dominators in that last part was epic as frick.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
I think hands down, you speaking about that, the whole Firestorm and the transmuting of the gene bomb, or the metabomb.
That was amazing.
That's like
just like that the
one of my favorites.
Ingenuity of Cisco being up there,
yes,
and telling her, "You got a freaking tractor beam. Use a tractor beam." And she's like, "Okay," and then she slowed it down for a second. That was so epic. And I love the scene where Kara and Barry were like the dynamic duo planting the nanotech in all the Dominators. Yeah. Just to mention, seeing the humans that didn't have superpowers fighting. Oliver, Diggle,
Jesus Christ,
Ray, Nate, Amaya, Mick. I'm pretty sure that's it. That were like handling the rooftop.
Oh, the rooftop,
Dominators.
Yeah.
The only person up there that really could stand a chance were the three with the powers, and Oliver and Diggle and Mick were pretty much the only humans up there trying to lay hands on him, but they couldn't really do much. And Oliver at one point got flung off the roof, and Kara saved it.
Yeah.
I think that's why he apologized.
He's like, I almost died, so I'm going to say sorry.
I shut my pants. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I kind of smelt you on the way up.
And that's when he knew he effed up. But yes, just this entire storyline was amazing. Like, there's just, as quick as they shot it, I was a little scared, like they were rushing it. But yeah, they did a good job servicing everybody, all the fans, and you could tell by the ratings that everyone loved it. Flash hit over 4 million. Supergirl was in the high threes as well when the prequel of the whole entire thing. Arrow hit over 3 million as well, and so did Legends, all in the high 3 millions.
That's crazy.
Which are series highs, and this is exactly why.
So did it like almost double?
Yes, all the shows basically doubled.
This one episode?
Yes, this whole arc.
Yeah, crossover event?
Nice. So, this is the way they got to do it. Eventually, when these shows start to come to an end, they should make a Justice League series. Yeah. And then what they can do is basically branch out each character to a different story each time. So that way...
And focus on different groups of heroes.
You know what it could be called? You know what this instead of Justice League?
What?
Watchtower.
Watchtower? Nice.
Just call the series Watchtower.
Nice. Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Either Watchtower or the Justice Clubhouse.
Yes.
We patent that, but we'll give it to you guys for a nice fee of letting us be writers on the show.
That's all we ask. Just writers and reviewers.
Or let us have the shows early.
Yes.
We love these shows. But yes, the entire crossover was it was mind-blowing. Each night was just seeing. We would have never thought that, at least last year, we're pushing for Supergirl to be moved on to this network. Mm-hmm. And then it did.
Yes.
And then we're thinking like, oh wow, it'd just be awesome for them to do like a crossover between everyone, but it would be hard because she's from another Earth.
They still made it happen.
They made it happen, and then it gave her a chance to come back. Yeah. And that's just amazing because now she's connected. She has, a place there. And now all we need is freaking Johns and Superman to show up. Mm-hmm. And I also really want my Smallville. She's 38.
Yeah, she's
Earths away.
Yeah.
I don't give a damn if Smallville is 600 Earths away. He needs to be able to come to that Earth because honestly, he's the most overpowered character that we've had, and any iteration of any character that we've seen on DCTV, they push the limits. I mean, they didn't have the budget to do what they did here, but they portrayed his powers like crazy. So I want to see that at some point. This crossover also opened up the multiverse, like we said at the beginning there. Endless possibilities.
Yes.
Endless. The whole time traveling thing and consequences. So they pushed the envelope with this one, the most ambitious thing, and they nailed it. Yeah. Because I remember...
Agreed.
We were like hyping over the fact that Flash and Arrow crossed over when, the first time that he came back as a Flash. Yep. And we're like, whoa, this is awesome. And then we got all these heroes all in a 4-night span.
2 seasons later.
That's amazing. That's like, this is a time...
30 plus heroes during the whole crossover event? Maybe even 40.
This is more than the Justice League film. That's Unite the 7. This was like Unite the 40 of them. And it's not just the heroes, it was also their support teams. Yeah. And like I said, we would love to see those support teams maybe like handle the Dominators on the streets or something like that. But, there's always a next time. We're pretty sure that they'll have a story arc for them to, take over. But yeah, getting into the previews, what do we see for next week?
Chicago Way.
Yeah.
We get to see...
Mid-season finale.
Yeah. Legion of Doom with a new... Two new teammates.
Yes. Snot and Malcolm.
Yeah.
And I'm still hoping that the big monkey's pulling the strings. It would be awesome if Gorilla Grodd was their leader. Yeah. And basically, Stein is still hiding his daughter. Sorry, I almost called her Aberration again. He's hiding his daughter from the team, and it could prove to be very bad if he keeps doing that. Al Capone is the villain that they face other than the Legion, and Stein gets kidnapped by him. Mm-hmm. And I guess Mick is going to have to come to terms with his friend being on the other side.
Yeah, it's going to suck.
The only thing we hope is that he doesn't go bad himself, Mick.
Hopefully.
Because he's a really cool character. He's had the most development. He said to Barry, he even stuck up for Barry in this episode. He's like, hey, Red, I don't like you, but when you got a crew, you gotta take the beating by yourself. Yeah. Getting back in the swing of things. And when the shows come back next year, that's weird to say. Yeah. Legends is going to be on the same night as Flash.
Mm-hmm.
So after. That's good for us. That knocks off a day for us.
Yes. Oh, but we're going to have to do 3 in 1.
Yes.
Basically.
So is there anything else we saw in the preview? Did they say that they're going to 1920s? Or that it was in the 1920s? Oh, you know that now.
Yeah, now you know.
And we'll have to see what happens next in all these worlds and what the next crossover is next year.
Yeah.
That's going to be pretty awesome. But we love that they acknowledge the fact that Kara needed to be able to travel between worlds. And that's the most important thing. Other than, the Dominator storyline wrapping up, that she can come back.
Yes.
You have any theories? We're at the mid-season. I have no idea. I think it's hard to theorize on this show because there's just too many characters. But the Legion of Doom, it'll be interesting to see what their plan is, the grand scheme of things. Maybe they try to do Genesis Day, and in doing that, or they change it, and in doing that, they bring back Laurel.
Ooh.
Right?
Yeah.
What if someone takes her place? Because someone's going to have to die.
Yeah, I don't know.
As sad as it is, I feel like it might be Rory or Mick.
Maybe.
No.
We shall have to see.
Yes. Any other theories? Yeah, what do you think is going to happen to Amaya once, she gets her hands on Eobard? Like, the JSA is dead, and she's kind of out of the timeline that she needs to be in.
I don't know. I hope she doesn't die either.
Oh, she might have to.
She may have to.
She might.
She's way out of her place right now.
Yeah. Because she's a descendant of, what do you call that?
So she's also messing with the timeline. Just herself being on the ship is screwing up the timeline.
Well, that's why they had her and Nate stay on there, so that they said that here are newbies, but if she kept coming in and out of the thing, it would be messing with it.
Yeah.
So basically what you said, if she keeps staying out there, it's messing stuff up. And she's a descendant of Marie.
Yeah.
So she can't die, or else Mary won't be alive.
That's true.
I don't know.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it, right?
Yeah.
What do you rate this? I give this 10 pocket breaches out of 10.
Nice.
I had to. I was thinking about that the whole time.
I give this a superhero hug hype out of 10.
I like that one. What do you think about it, Bears? The whole entire thing.
Oh my god, it's so good. You see it? Fire! Okay, the next episode, man, it can't get here soon enough. Whoa.
We have to agree.
Nice.
We have to agree.
Agreed.
So with that being said, you guys, go leave your comments down below on what you thought about the episode or the whole entire crossover. And leave your theories of what's to come for anything. The next crossover, what's going to happen on Legends, because we're going to be, taking a break after next week for all the shows. And if you guys enjoyed, leave a like.
Find your favorite jelly bean. We got that, right? That's a thing?
Yeah.
Yes. It's not a thing.
It could be.
But you can check out my channel instead. It's a good consolation prize. We got Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. over there. It's pretty awesome. Please check it out.
Be sure to check out our Creators Co. as well as social links down below. And don't forget to leave your hashtags as well in the comments.
Hashtag DCTV crossover.
Yes.
Hashtag the super legendary Flareverse.
Yes.
Begins. Hashtag the Trinity hug.
Yes.
And I guess we do the collective hashtag. Super.
Scorch.
Fire.
I think that's one of our best ones yet.
Yeah.
So that brings us over to you guys in the next one.
Bye.